Do you want to start the game again?
Welcome back to Mystical Everyday Heroes, or Meh, the D&D podcast about people who are not mystical nor heroic, just everyday folks picking fights at midnight.
Ooh, God, we sound so edgy.
I know, I just feel like you guys are like snapping
We're like
somewhere,
a Killers
right?
album.
I feel like we're teenagers now, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Edgy, hip, and relatable with the teens. We are.
But we're not.
Do I want to be relatable with the teens? We do look like a weird breakfast club, like if the breakfast club was made of staff members or like professional, you know, like
Professional human service
This is our Saturday
employees.
detention.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, true.
It
is.
It's actually Saturday
This
morning.
is
at 9 a.m.
Boston. Oh.
Joining us on this fine podcast is Stephie Patterson playing the could do better than TJ half-elf druid Misphi.
I couldn't do better than TJ. So.
Aww. His mom thinks you can, but that's sweet.
Aw. So Misphi's fact for the day is back in Yorkwood, her hometown, she adopted a pet jumping spider.
What?
When she found one on the edge of a cup at the local tavern, which is called the Lucky Clover.
Cute.
A fellow half-elf was about to take a drink of said cup, and Misphi stopped her before she took a drink so she would save the spider.
Not so she would save the girl.
No.
No, of course
She
not.
wanted to save the spider.
Naturally.
She's about to get drunk.
Drunk. That spider's getting drunk. Yikes.
And,
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
so
same.
she took him home
Silly spider.
for the last year of his life because they only live like a couple years. And she named him Lucky.
It's not very lucky to only live a couple of years, am I right?
Well, better than getting drunk. I wonder what the reaction.
I mean,
For 2
drunk
years
isn't
is
that
not
bad.
better than getting drunk, for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Speaking of getting drunk.
we also have Matt Rail playing the not here to cause problems, Elf Ranger Alfonzo.
You know, I feel like Alfonso is actually the one who sometimes does show up to cause problems, even if it's by accident.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we're all a little chaotic on the inside.
I don't know if anybody like can be chaotic enough to like ruin all my plans like you can, Misphi.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you. I appreciate that.
The chaos is pure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So back to you. What's
So,
your
Alfonso's everyday fact is, if we're gonna go with like the back home kind of theme, Alfonso's fact is that he had a family pet growing up that was a wolf. Being in
Was it Misphi?
it was not Misphi.
Wow.
I'm
Does
so
Miss
used
Fee
to
know?
spider talk. I thought you were going to be like, it's a wolf spider. I'd be like,
No more spiders. Can we just be done with spiders?
Alfonso hates spiders.
Would it be okay if we were
Oh
done
no,
with
it
spiders?
was a big, I don't know what kinds of wolf. Gray wolf, probably.
Ooh.
Sure.
Oh.
We'll go-
sure, why not?
It was a big, burly gray wolf, and its name was
Wolfie.
Wait, was it a lady wolf or a boy wolf? You're
Boy
saying
wolf.
You're saying things like burly, and I'm like, well,
like big. Like
Her
Yeah.
name was Bertha.
but I'm just thinking like a burly lady wolf.
Balto.
You know what? We're gonna go with it was a female wolf, and its name was Bertha.
Bertha, the big old wolf.
Bertha the beefy wolf.
Oh.
She was the alpha female for sure.
Got that dog in her.
Got them birthing hips.
Bertha Hips.
Bertha hips.
That's her name, Bertha Hips.
We also have Kailyn Kroll playing the halfling barbarian Statue of Liberty torchbearer Stan Smallman.
Well, no, I feel pretty important.
You are
That would
important.
make,
important
that
to
would
me,
make anyone feel
Stan.
important. Carrying a torch the size, yeah.
Size of ya.
Anyway, Stan's fun fact for today is that his favorite memory with his best friend Polly is when she, the prairie dog, taught him how to swim.
Aww.
He always struggled because he's missing that toe. Is he missing a toe? Does
He's
No,
he
he's
have-
got an
extra toe.
extra toe.
Great. He's always struggled because he has an extra toe.
We also have Jake Salisbury playing the Aarakocra Bard with a beautiful voice, Meryl Cheep. I feel like literally every time I introduce you, it's just some other kind of serenade, and I love that for us.
Well, what can I say? I'm a professional.
Snaps, jazz hands.
Da, da, da. Well, so Meryl's fun fact for the day. So Meryl has never, keeping with our theme, has never had a pet and has always deeply and profoundly wanted a pet. But he's always on the road. You know, he can't take care of a pet. He's a bachelor and he prefers that lifestyle. You know, he's got to be able to fly where the wind takes him. And if you have a dog, you got to let it out. You got to walk it. Dogs don't like being in the air, all kinds of things. He's always wanted, you know, something like that. But the closest thing he ever got to a pet is Stan. Yeah, is Stan is actually what I was going to say.
That's
yeah.
okay. Tell me more, flatter me.
So, yeah, a lot of people have wondered like how Stan and Meryl got to know each other. And it's because basically... Meryl went to as he was out on his latest tour with the circus, right? And he was on a night out in a bar, and Meryl has a hard time restraining himself.
Really?
You know?
Wow.
I know, it's shocking. People don't expect it, especially when people are giving him attention. Occasionally that leads to squabbles in local pubs. And he just realized it might be better if he had like some backup, because by the end of the night, between the couple's therapy sessions and the performances, not a lot of people in the bar like him very much, he's found. So he decided to hire a bodyguard. And he had no idea how to do that. And he only had about 2 hours to do it before the circus was leaving. So as he was like looking for maybe a bodyguard shop or wherever, you know, whatever, he bumped into this little guy.
Little guy
Named Stan. And yeah, the rest is history. So
at the body shop.
Nope, remember, not.
So he realized, yeah, he would be way better with some protection, and it would be kind of like having a little dog. So,
And then
Oh my gosh, it even bites ankles.
That's true. Wow.
You found an ankle biter.
You picked a good one, Meryl.
Wow.
I love that for
we'll
you guys.
see.
And it feeds itself, and it goes to the bathroom by itself.
It does.
I've never
Yeah.
been pissed
Better
on
than
you.
TJ.
wow. That one felt a little targeted.
That was a dig. Anyway, so we also have husband Matt Boston as our sound producer. Insert amazing sound that only husband Matt can make.
Husband Matt.
We also have Corey Patterson as our new community manager. So give an air hug to our hugger, because he's like hugging our whole community.
We're all hugging you right now,
All
Corey. Do
hugging
you
you,
feel
Corey.
it? It's so
Feel it
nice
through your
and
soul.
warm.
Thank you, Corey. And then you also have me, Brandy Boston, as the Empress of this fine podcast, among other things, doing the voice of
hail the
human
Empress.
fighter, Town Justice. Or
That's
TJ.
Right.
Last episode in Loreland began in TJ's house, where we met Martha and Chief Merryweather. Martha, who was infatuated with Meryl and kept informing the normal-looking Misphi that TJ didn't have any money, announced that, of course, the Mystical Everyday Heroes would be coming over because it was TJ's birthday. TJ, of course, had forgotten his birthday. Chief, who doesn't care about TJ's birthday or TJ, let it slip that the next day at 3 p.m., his brother, Mayor Merryweather, is marching with guards to the rebel camp. Once TJ showed his friends the basement where he spends most of his time sleeping or LARPing, he revealed that his
Forgot about the
normal
LARPing.
friends, Arthur and Hector, aren't very supportive of him. Arthur, whose dad runs the bookstore, constantly tells TJ all the things TJ will never accomplish, while Hector uses TJ as the lookout to commit theft in strangers' homes. The Mystical Everyday Heroes wanted to know more about Chief's role in the mayor's operations, and TJ explained that Chief acts as a scary accountant and money collector for the mayor, injuring those who refuse to pay. The crew makes plans to find Hector, TJ's friend, to get more information on the march that the mayor's planning on doing the next day. Believing themselves to all be still in the good graces of the mayor, the group headed out into the night toward the Fair Ferry to find Hector. Approaching the Fair Ferry, the group saw a group of 4 dude bros. Seeing TJ's old friends, Hector, Rudy, Marion, and Arthur of the Mystical Everyday Heroes tried to exchange pleasantries before Misphi, in true Misphi fashion, called them rat bastards, causing them to roll for initiative, which is where we are now. So,
Can we just all please upfront agree that we're not going to kill these teenage boys
No.
that are friends with TJ?
No.
Please.
They deserve it.
Alfonso.
Okay, well, I guess we don't have to agree then, if we're all on board. Okay.
Alfonso, you rolled a 19.
I'm easily swayed.
Missy had rolled a 17. Stan and Meryl both rolled an 8. Okay. I'm going to set the scene for you guys.
Okay.
Setting the scene. So we are in this small little clearing right before the Fair Ferry, these guys are kind of hanging out on the dock of the Fair Ferry. The Fair Ferry is it's a wooden platform essentially that the people pull across the river. Okay, so there's a platform. Nobody's standing on the platform because nobody's going anywhere, but there is a dock that leads out to there, and that's where these guys are hanging out, kind of talking about like what are their plans for tonight. It's roughly around midnight at the moment. There's nobody else around other than these guys and you all. They are heckling TJ, and by association, you all, as Stephie or Misphi said, you're a rat bastard. Alfonzo, you rolled the first initiative order.
How close are we to? So like we're on the dock.
So the guys are on the dock. You're not quite on the dock, but like you can see them and they can see you, and you're having like a kind of conversation. I'm gonna say you're roughly 30 feet away.
Okay. I have the urge to take out my bow, but I really would like to push them in the water. So I'm not really sure how I want to do that because like we're on a dock and water sounds fun.
The urge to take out my bow is crazy. Like you have that urge, or your character has that urge?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yep.
what I thought you were going to say.
You know what? I think we'll just go classic Alfonso, and we're gonna pull the bow out.
Oh my god.
But
I
I
haven't done anything wrong. I don't know.
I mean, like we're obviously like we're going to combat, right? There's no talking our way out of this one.
Yeah, well, so here's what was happening right
Like,
before
are they
him.
charging us yet, or like are we?
No, so basically,
We're all just standing there, and then you're going to shoot them with arrows.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, wait
so
a
they
second.
were like, Hector, the main guy, was just like, TJ, why you got these guys over here, right? So he's like this Jersey kind of thug,
Right.
And
I was
Rudy's
scared
like,
of him.
Rudy's like,
Rudy.
yeah, you don't even know.
Chad.
TJ, you need to be, why do you have these fools with you, huh? You know, you're just, I don't know, whatever. But he's like a total asshole. And
I don't
then,
like Rudy.
Thank you, sorry.
I don't like him.
Rudy,
I
I'm gonna
haven't
make,
had any alcohol,
Jersey
and this is somehow
asshole.
worse.
Yeah, no, this is incredible to watch. I don't know how it feels. I'm so sorry.
This is just, I feel really out of my, like, I shouldn't be
No, I
relying, you know?
liked Hector. I did not like Rudy.
No, Rudy's a shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I'm just making
Yeah,
observations.
no, so Rudy's just like, yeah, what Hector said. TJ, get out of here. And then Misphi said, you rat bastards. And Hector's like, oh, okay. I see how this is. Boys, let's get him.
Couldn't we just convince them that she said, get plastered?
Stand there right there. They're running at us to fight us. So yeah, it's-
Well, I guess not. All right. Well, Fonz, the bow.
All right, the bow. I draw the bow, and because Rudy seems like an ass, we're gonna shoot at him first.
fair. I think if Rudy got stuck, I'd be okay with that.
All right.
So you're going to roll at Rudy?
Yep.
All right.
Nat 1.
Oh, man.
That is a
Shoot
crit
yourself in the
miss.
foot.
Oh
100%.
no!
Jelly took an arrow to the
Now you
knee.
can't take a step because your
So,
foot
like,
is arrowed to the
almost-
ground.
Almost in slow motion, I pull the bow off my back along with the arrow from my quiver. I pull it over my head, put the arrow on the string, and I pull back, and I like muff it so bad the arrow breaks and just falls on the ground, and I'm just like dumbfounded. Like this never happens.
The guys are all doing that thing where they're like laughing at you and they're like, ah, ha, 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 Marion, yeah, did you see it? Did you see how his arrow just broke? Ah,
I feel like
what
I
a
need to
noob.
take psych damage for that.
What a-
No,
yeah, I'm gonna say
100%.
take 1d4 psychic damage for that.
Wow.
Because like you are,
Dark.
like this is your thing.
2.
Wow.
I
Yikes.
definitely took that. Hurts my.
Do you still have
pride.
those good berries?
I do have the good berries.
What, are you talking about? Oh, you're not talking about me. Sorry.
Do you think you're a good berry?
Yes, I am. A
You're
good
Actually,
berry.
I think it's
Berry.
been over
Who's a
24
good boy?
hours, so
Who's
I
a
don't
good berry?
know if the good berries are still good
Oh,
anymore.
I have to see what.
Because I think they're 24 hours, and it was, you made it to
Oh, that was-
resurrect Coco, and
True.
you had an overnight, and
I think
it's
this
now
is our
midnight.
second full night.
Yeah.
Yep. No more good berries.
Yeah, good berries have gone rancid.
They're
Well,
spoiled.
that's not good.
You could throw them at her eyes.
Do they do damage now?
No.
Oh.
I mean, like,
Yes.
if you're
Acid
creative
berry.
enough, anything's a weapon. But, yeah, so.
A berry is a
acid
really
berry.
tough thing to make a weapon, I'll be honest. I could
But
make a
I
weapon on a lot
commend
of things, but a
creativity.
berry would be tough.
No,
All right,
I
well,
can choke on it.
I think just in my sadness, I just stand there.
Oh, Katniss.
You just like shocked.
Sad.
Misphi watching this happen, you are up as the instigator of this fight.
What are you gonna do to those rat bastards?
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna deck them on the dock.
Deck him
Deck 'em on the dock. Deck 'em right in the dock.
You'll get him.
Hector, I'm gonna deck him.
You're gonna go up to
Dector.
Hector.
I'm gonna deck Hector.
You're gonna
Hector
punch him
him.
right in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. Roll attack.
4 plus 2, I think.
You're gonna be
Right?
shocked
Wait,
to
no.
hear that doesn't hit.
Oh.
Dang it. That's
I
my
know we're all
lucky
surprised
number.
by that.
Wait, it's my lucky number.
It is? Lucky for you, he doesn't hit back right away.
Well, this is going well, guys.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
tell me, paint the picture for me how this works.
I'm gonna go to hit him, but it like
Do you like trip on the way? Like there's like a
On your bow.
I mean, he's on the dock
oh,
now,
trip,
so that
trip.
means
No,
you've
you trip over
traveled
my
to the
arrow.
dock.
oh, okay. So maybe I just kind of
Maybe you're just like my sea legs. I can't with the dock. My sea legs.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I kind of stumble a little bit as I go in for the kill.
Too wobbly. Too wobbly for the kill. Tough.
So in retaliation, Hector
Gosh, dang it.
is just like, now I ain't even gonna say I've never hit a woman, but let me tell you this. You TJ's girl? Not anymore, baby. And he grabs you and he tries to like shove you off the dock.
What the heck, Hector?
So we're gonna do. So he's gonna try
was
to
really good.
shove you into the water because, as Alfonso pointed out, like it's on a dock, so it makes the most sense. So I'm gonna have you do an opposed strength check. So roll a d20.
2.
You know,
Did you add your modifiers?
God, I hope not. If she got a 2.
Plus 2.
4.
No.
Fire. So he pushes you, and as you had already stumbled, like trying to get your way in, you like pinwheel your arms backwards as you splash into the water.
Can you swim?
I'm a fish now.
Changes into a fish.
So then we see Rudy, who's
Yes, I
right
can
next
swim,
to
I
Hector.
think.
He's like, "Oh, get it, Hector! Yeah, woo! Good job, bud!" And Hector just shoots him a look like, "What?
rat
I'm
bastards."
not your what? No." So Rudy's gonna head off of the dock and grab a. He's gonna grab a branch, kind of like from the ground nearby, because there's a couple of trees nearby. He's gonna grab a branch to use as a club, and he's just gonna walk to you. But his action is gonna be grabbing that weapon, and so he's probably about 15 feet from the rest of you guys, aside from Misphi. So then we have Marion, who's just really low spoken, and he's like, "Oh, it's really late though." And he just kind of slowly lumbers like he's been through this all before. And
I want
he-
to go to bed.
yeah, he passes by Hector. He takes out his crossbow and he shoots the crossbow. He just kind of like, here we go. And he shoots at Alfonso, who had done the initial shot that had like,
Botched.
botched. And so he rolls
And nat 20.
22.
Jesus.
Is it dirty?
It's a dirty
Oh,
22.
good. So that hits.
That hits. Okay.
Yep.
So he.
We messed with the wrong ruffians.
I was gonna say, okay, guys, well, I tried to
No,
tell
we
you,
just got
but
some bad rolls.
Yeah.
that too.
It's karma.
Yep.
It was about to catch
There are
us at some point.
consequences.
Yeah. What do you mean there are
We're
consequences?
not used to this, but it was gonna catch up to us eventually.
How many
We can't keep trying to
G's
kill
are
small,
there?
small children.
Am I dead? I think I'm dead.
Gets shot in the eye. Alfonso dies in this episode.
Just through
You
the.
take 13 points of damage.
Oh no.
I have 3 hit points left.
Holy
And it hits you.
Sorry, you're gonna have to cut that out.
Okay, so then we have Arthur, and Arthur is going to. Arthur is like the one whose dad owns the bookstore. He's the one who's like, just like really believes that TJ's just a total idiot. So he's got a book in his hand because that's the kind of guy he is.
Okay, Hermione.
Yeah, so he's got a book and he's just gonna stomp over
Book
here,
stomp.
and he's gonna look at Meryl because he's like the biggest of the group, and he's gonna try to like womp you with this
Oh,
book.
not a book womp.
I'll womp him right back. I've never been book womped, and I'm not about to be book womped today.
You've never been book womp. Shows the success of your
Does
bodyguard.
a 13 hit?
Is it my
Your armor class.
Your
Yep.
armor class.
Yeah.
Oh no.
13 hits. Okay.
Well,
so
you're gonna get book womped.
Womp womp womp.
he does 3 damage
Okay.
with his book.
We are
as he
in
like hits against your feather, he's like, "Yeah, I've read all about Aarakocras. They don't like their wings touched, do you, nerd?"
Nerd.
Oh.
And then we have Stan.
Well, I think I'd like to come at the guy with the book with my naked fist because it's never done me wrong before. Now, which one of
It's
these
done
am I
me
on?
wrong.
Yeah.
My naked fist.
Yeah, you don't have one. That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is that as low as it looked?
Well, not nearly as low as yours. but
Oh, wow.
It is not good. What am I adding to this? Which one?
It would be whatever probably your strength.
So it'll
I'd
say
guess.
right next to your unarmed strike.
Oh, duh. Thank you. I forgot what I was doing for a minute. Well, I got a 10, so actually not that bad.
Okay.
Not
and
that
that was
good.
against Arthur.
Whichever guy would just womped Meryl.
Yeah, so a 10 does hit.
Heck yeah, it does. Wonderful. So I'm gonna go up to what's his name?
Arthur.
Great. I'm gonna call him Andy. I'm gonna walk up and say, "Listen here, Andy.
My name's
I'm gonna call him
Arthur. Like King Arthur? God.
Great. Anyway, this here is my friend Meryl, and Meryl hired me to do a very specific job, and then I'm gonna punch him right in the teeth.
As you do that, he's like, "Oh, I bet this is gonna scar and it's gonna be awesome." Ugh. All right, so Meryl, you see this happen. What do? You're up.
God, I knew I hired you for a good reason, Stan. I'm so thankful.
Wow. You've never said that before, really?
Well, you haven't really had to do your job much.
Hey, you
Arthur's just
got whacked.
bleeding in front of you guys. He's just like, "You guys suck."
And Arthur, shut up.
Andy.
God.
Enough. His name's Andy.
My name's not
Andy?
Andy.
Whatever. Listen, I'm getting a little sick of this unhinged violence, Andrew. What do you have to say about that?
TJ,
Exactly.
tell him my name. No, man. I think your name's Andy now.
Why are y'all gaslighting it?
Attaboy, Teach.
I always remember good old Andy at the bookstore. So
Well, I'm glad you're going to remember him, because hopefully at least someone will. And then I'm going to jump up in the air and I'm going to grab him with my talons and try to pick him up.
So do a strength check. Well, actually, this would be, this was going to be like an opposed strength check because you're trying to grapple him.
12.
He got a 19. He is a heavy boy.
Oh,
so
heavy boy.
you try to
Loaded
grapple him, and he's like, go limp. And he does like the boneless dead weight, and he kind of looks like that girl on King Kong when King Kong lifts her up, and it just
Wow.
like all arms, all legs, just starfishing. And he just flops.
I'm sort of
to the
imagining
ground.
him all of a sudden as like Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
Exactly. Picture that.
Wheezing
Yeah,
and
my name's
everything.
Yeah. But Andy.
God, I love
Banana.
that.
I'm Andrew.
Love that guy.
All right, so that's your action. Do you have any other
Actually,
bonus
you're
actions?
Arthur.
Arthur! My nose!
No, I don't.
Okay, so TJ now runs. TJ is going to run to try to get Misphi out of the water. He's like, I'm coming, babe. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Teach. I could swim.
That's great because I can't, but I'm coming.
Oh, God.
And so he
Oh no,
runs.
TJ, don't jump in!
I'm really wet.
It's like,
Oh my God.
No.
not without me, you're not. So he runs in, and I'm going to roll a straight luck check for him because this is deep enough that a ferry is there. So we're going to see if he travels. I'm going to say if he gets above a 10, he's in shallow water. If he gets below a 10, he got a 4.
Oh,
so
no.
he walks, and as he's running, there's a steep drop off, and he just like, whoa. He's like, Misphi!
Teach.
Two of the 5 of our party are in the water.
Just stand up. Oh Oh my god.
And now we're back up to Alfonso.
Somebody
God.
save my man.
I will say, by the way, if TJ stays, because he can't swim, if he stays in for an entire turn, he's going to have to take some damage. But for right now, he's like,
We might have to sacrifice TJ for a
No,
round.
I've got the extra toe and I know how to swim.
Well,
I can't let Teach go.
so-
We're best friends.
Is consuming a potion an action?
yes.
I am going to.
You have healers here, though. Remember that too.
Yeah, but I only have 3 health.
That's
and,
fair.
And I don't know if we have the time to.
That's also fair.
And she's also in the water, so she can't concentrate.
Yeah.
So
I'm concentrating on swimming.
yeah, I think that's fair. So I'm
17.
going to drink a greater healing potion, which is restores 4d4 plus 4. So we're going to use that. Also, for our knowledge, I also still have 2 basic poisons and one other greater healing potion. So I'm going to roll a 15. So I am back at full health.
Yay!
Yay. God, you're lucky.
Yeah, I am. Because I needed 15 health and it worked out to be perfectly. I think that ends my turn, doesn't it?
Unless there's anything else you could do, if you want to yell at anybody, that's a free action.
You want to shout at somebody?
Yelling's for free.
Yeah. So is crying,
You're gonna yell
incidentally.
for free.
Crying.
Yeah, crying's a free.
Alfonso takes the tears that have. There's been just a couple of tears, and he kind of looks around to see if anyone's looking at him, and he thinks no one's looking at him, so he like uses his hair a little bit and kind of.
His hair.
His
Yeah.
luxurious coif.
Yeah, and wipes up a couple of those tears, and then he's like feels a little rejuvenated. He's like ready to go now. Like that was his. All right, now we're down to business.
So, Misphi, you are currently in the water. You can swim, so you're treading water. You're also
Right,
in
right.
deep. What do you do?
I'm in deep water, man. I'm gonna go save my man and pull him up on the dock.
All right, so we're gonna do.
He
I'm gonna have
dived
you
in to
do a,
save you.
I'm gonna have you do a strength check.
That sounds about right. I mean,
So stupid.
But here's the deal. I'm gonna have you do a strength check, but because he is drowning and he's like essentially gonna be actively fighting against anything that you have,
Calm down, Teach. Calm down.
I'm gonna have you
Go
roll
limp. Go limp.
with
No,
disadvantage.
don't go limp.
go limp.
So I'm gonna have you roll with disadvantage. You need to hit a 10 to be able to pull him out.
All right, here we go. Nat 1,
No, what?
No.
13.
13? All right, well, hang on. It's with disadvantage, though, because he's actively
You have
fighting
to roll
back, so you gotta roll it
twice.
twice.
Oh yeah. Nat 1.
Now it's gonna be for sure.
Oh, it's on the edge.
13.
13? Okay.
Did you get 13 twice?
12.
Oh, you got a 12 before.
Was it 12 the first
I thought
time?
you got a 13 before.
13 first, but then
Ow,
plus your
folks, what was
modifier.
it?
Right?
Comment below.
Play it back.
Caller.
We're working.
It's a prize.
Our working memory in here is not working.
No. It's
These are high stakes.
Thursday night.
Anyways, you're gonna save TJ. This is
Yep.
nice.
I'm gonna grab him by his pants, obviously. And I'm gonna give him a wedgie while pulling him up on the dock. Just relax, Teach. You're okay. And I pat his back a little bit and just like, you okay? Do I need to give you mouth to mouth?
Yes. Please.
Maybe later, Teach.
So as you guys are talking on the beach, Hector kind of scowls over at the fact that like TJ's having any kind of interaction, even if it's a wedgie from a girl, because Hector, just looking at him, he clearly is not, some great savant there. And so he is going to stomp over to the beach where TJ and Misphi are at. And he is going to pull a sword, a scimitar from his belt and kind of point it at TJ. And he's like, you know what? You were never even really good at watching the boundaries whenever I was in the houses. You know what? I'm pretty sure I almost got nicked because of you last time. Now you're going to pay.
You got too much
gangster.
teeth in your mouth.
Too much teeth.
You tell him, Misphi.
I had orthodontia. I had it looked
That
at.
sounds
They
like
said
a
it was
drag
fine.
queen. Orthodontia is a great drag name.
9 plus 3, so does
Say
it
Vector.
12
You
hit?
triggered.
Oh, wait,
Yes.
I'm TJ. Duh. Does a 12
I feel
hit?
like it should.
TJ does a 12 hit.
I don't think it does because he's a fighter, but I just realized that I
I mean,
don't
my
have
He's a
armor
fighter.
class is 13.
Our TJ's a fighter.
So did TJ take damage?
DJ did not take damage. So whenever Hector kind of waved the scimitar, TJ jumped up and he grabbed like a little bit of sand and kind of flicked it up in his face and he's like, "Be blinded by my love." And Hector just kind of pinwheeled back. What? And Rudy.
God, I hate Rudy.
Rudy's a shit. So Rudy has now grabbed this branch from the ground, and he comes up also next to Stan and Meryl, and looking at Stan, thinking he's going to be the easier target because he's smaller. He takes the branch and he's just like, "Arthur, you suck. I'm going to get this one, man." And he slings it at Stan, and he gets an 18 to hit.
Well, that hits.
All right. And
We're getting beat up by these boys.
Where are these boys taking lessons from?
And he does 3 points of damage.
At least they don't hit super hard, even if it's often. Like, unless it was me, then I'd take all the damage.
You got shot by a crossbow.
I did get, okay, that's fair.
So he got hit by a book and a branch.
Ow.
I mean,
I'm going to have a bruise.
Marion, the one who shot Alfonso,
God, she's easy to forget about.
he sighs and realizing that these guys are not getting anywhere with Stan and Meryl, decide that they are going to, he's going to completely ignore his guy Hector and walk up to Stan and Meryl. And he's also going to pull a scimitar because he's like Hector's right-hand man. And he's going to take a swipe at Stan. And he's like, "You gotta not fight with a branch, idiots." And he slashes and does a 7 hit.
No.
So as he goes to hit, Rudy's branch gets in the way, and so he ends up just like lobbing a portion of the branch off. And Rudy's like, "Get your own thing, man. This is my branch." And Marion's just like, "Sorry, Rudy, my bad." And Arthur over there,
Rudy.
he has the book and he believes because he saw that the book gave some more power, and he's gonna try to hit Meryl again with the book.
Can't catch a break.
And he is a 7 hit. So what do
It
you
does
do?
not hit.
What do you do whenever he tries to like hit you with the book?
I catch it in midair with my hand.
That's so cool.
And I'm like, "Do you think we could stop now, please?"
That's my book. I need that actually.
Could you try to disarm him as like a counteraction or reaction? Is that allowed?
I don't know. Could I do that?
Sure. Give me an opposed strength check.
15.
15.
Wait, could we say, perchance, could we say perchance that we could say it was an intimidation roll because I grabbed the book in midair and looked like a badass?
And you are much bigger. Yeah, I will say that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I got a 19.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Weird how that worked out, Meryl.
As you pull it away, he starts to kind of reach for it, and a little wet spot happens in his pants. He's like, "No.
Oh, you're part of the pants club now.
No, he is not
TJ's
allowed
like, "Not my pants club, babe."
Can TJ now be like enraged?
He doesn't have actual rage.
He's not a barbarian.
He
There's
doesn't
only
have actual
one
rage.
of us that has
barbaric.
that. Speaking of though, Stan, you are up.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly enraged. This little man just pissed. And-
You did?
No, the man with the wet pants. And we all
Arthur.
know what Angie, I don't know who he is, but we all know what happens when Alfonso sees someone piss. So I'm a little bit upset.
Me too.
Because of that, I'm going to start taking out my battle axe and waving it around all scary-like.
Oh.
Are you gonna actually hit him though?
I don't know yet.
You could, yes.
Okay, so you have an action. So you have your battle axe. So what are you gonna stand?
I
Tell
don't know
me
yet.
your
Alphonse?
action.
You could hit him.
Smoke him, Stan.
You could
Smoke
hit
him.
with the flat part and use it as a bat, and then you wouldn't,
No, I'm
Hit him
Throw
with
it
the
at
sharp
him.
end.
Or you could cut his head off.
Cut his head off.
wow. Okay, listen, I'm mad, but I'm not that bad.
And cut his toe off.
Use the dull side. It's fine.
Oh my God. See, this is why you can't be around piss. Then you do stuff like that.
You just pulled out.
Pissed
He's
off.
like,
Yeah.
it was an accident. He took my book,
Better
man.
be pissed off than pissed on.
Anyway.
Can I whomp him on the head for 0 damage, but just for effect?
Not yet.
Ugh, fine.
I'm holding up the axe and I'm
Shut
being
up,
very
Artie.
intimidating.
Hold.
And I ask Tej, listen, what do you want me to do to him?
Take his book and rip it up and take the pages and shove it down your throat, you asshole.
Husband Matt, keep them.
Is this the first time that TJ swore on like?
I think so.
Wow. He's
Like,
such a grown
you
up
guys
now.
are attacking my lady. Shove it down his throat, Stan. You don't mess with my friends.
Ooh.
All right, Tej, if that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. And so he takes the axe, and where are you holding the book? Just to make sure I don't accidentally nick you.
On his head.
Please don't hold it on your head. I'm too short.
I'm standing on one foot. No. No, Meryl grabbed the book and then, well, what happened to Angie?
Arthur,
Fell on the ground and pissed himself.
No, he was reaching for it, so you've pulled it out of his grasp because you're so much taller than him. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it's roughly at this point, unless
Yeah.
you say otherwise, like shoulder height for
I'm
you.
just dangling it above his head and Meryl just looks so like tired.
Great.
Like,
so
So tired.
keep it right there. Stan's gonna run at it with his axe and go, ah! And slash it in half. And all the pages are gonna fall out.
He is gonna take 1d4 psychic damage for
Incredible.
that.
Incredible.
Meryl is cackling.
I was like, can we hear that cackle?
That was 1 point of psychic damage. He no longer has a weapon.
Just his naked fists.
Nude fist.
Just like, not the book that's alone. Ah!
And then Stan's gonna
Looks
run.
like a pretty hefty fine for you, Angie.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna cost him. Meryl,
That's gonna cost him big.
Meryl, I need you to do me a favor, and you gotta go grab that boy. But I can't say that.
Grab what?
Say what? Say
Is this for
Grab
the
him by the
Patreon?
pants. You can't say that. Meryl, would you please go hold that boy still? I've got to shove this paper right down his pants for Tej.
Right down his pants.
Rum? If you can't beat them, pants them. That's what they say.
I don't think that's what they say, Meryl.
I actually really like that phrase, so we should make that the motto of the Pants Club.
If you
Agreed.
can't
Beat
beat
'em,
him,
pants 'em.
Handsome! Yeah. Anyway,
That
are you holding him still?
What don't I have to? I would probably have to.
I'm going to say for this, because he's so devastated psychically that he's not really going to fight you much, so go for it.
Okay.
Great. So as Meryl holds him still, I'm going to shove a bunch of the pages right down his throat, like Tej asked, and then ceremoniously he's going to take the last page and put it down his pants and say, "That's what you get for messing with the Pants Club."
That was the 7th chapter. I haven't written one yet.
Read it and weep.
Oh God, so intimidating.
You get
Misphi's scared.
inspiration. for
Alfonso
that.
is so proud of everyone
Yeah,
right
so
now. I'm just sitting over here like,
Meanwhile, we're all doing this stuff, and Alfonso's standing on like the dock, and like there's like a wide shot of him, and like
his
you
hair
can see,
flowing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The
With
sun
his
is
hair
like
flowing.
it's like it looks like
There's
it's
no
from like an A24 movie, and his hair is like billowing, and there's one tear rolling down his cheek.
So proud of
his eyes are glimmering with pride.
And then
Like-
it zooms out more, and we're all just like fighting and screaming and like acting like actual idiots in the background. He just keeps standing there like having this moment.
I picture
Proud.
it.
Super proud.
how much does inspiration give you?
Inspiration usually gives you.
It gives you an advantage. You can use it, I think.
Is it an
It gives
advantage,
you
or I thought it was like
advantage.
1d something?
It gives you advantage.
It is your turn.
Wow.
Yes, in
I
front
still
of
haven't
you.
enough turn.
Is it
That's crazy.
after Stan? It's
Yes,
Meryl?
so
Oh, okay.
Meryl's right after Stan.
Perfect.
So after all that, Meryl takes what's left of the book and goes and watches the pages blow away like it was like a smoking gun, you know, just for effect.
For effect.
Hot.
Always
Yeah.
performing
I feel like
this guy.
As I feel like you should roll for performance for that one, but did it not work?
Did it go in your beak?
If you ruin my cool moment, I'll be a little bit upset, Meryl.
I got an 8.
All right, so that's not very cool.
No,
so what
it
happens?
just, I go like, and it just kind of goes, it like crumbles and like falls, and I'm like, oh, well, that's what I get for reading.
Arthur's over there like
You can
with
read.
his face filled with chapter 7, and he's just like, and you can tell he's trying to talk shit about you because like that was not.
And I say, sorry, Arthur, I can't hear you around all the pages.
I wonder what that's at.
That's gonna have to be cut out.
Said I love you.
And then Meryl is going
I feel like
to
Angie did not say that.
take off into the air, and he is going to dive down and try and like pin Hector to the ground with his talons.
Ooh,
Like a grapple?
Yeah.
So,
But like also my talons do damage. So that's a thing that I would allow to happen. I'm not going to kill him, but I would allow that to happen.
So you're gonna like grapple him with your talon. So what we'll do is
like I don't care where I hit him is what I'm saying. I'm just gonna like.
So you're gonna.
But are you still trying to
like,
hold him down as well?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna slam into him and hit him to the ground, and then I'm gonna like.
So let's roll an opposed strength check first. But you're gonna get advantage because you're coming in from above, and he's probably not expecting that.
Oh,
How did I roll a 2 twice?
I don't know, but he rolled a 19.
That can't be possible.
So, as you're coming down to him, I will say you still get your talon damage because you do still make contact. So, with talon damage, you have to roll for damage for that.
It's 1d4 slashing damage.
Okay.
How about a 17?
17 hits.
Plus, for your attack, do you have your talons as like one of your attacks?
Oh yeah, 19 actually. Okay.
Mhm. Yes. So, that hits. So, how much damage do you do?
2.
Okay. So, where do you hit him with that? Paint me a picture.
I think Meryl, let's see, he was flying a little too fast. And at the last second, bless you, bless your soul. At the last second, he got distracted because he heard TJ trying to convince Misphi that he had rescued her. But like really, like he was really trying to like be subtle about it and like be supportive. But and he got a little bit distracted and he was like, he kind of like looked over and he was like, no, you've got to be kidding. And then he like realized he was in the middle of a dive. And so at that point, he was a little bit off his trajectory. So he came like screaming down like, "Ah!" And then and he's using his feet talons because he does not have, he has human hands because he's not a bird. So he's going feet first, which is a little awkward. And so when he like flips feet first, he misses, but he like gouges through his arm.
He's like, ow, you freaking traitors. We all know that you're not actually working with our people. God, ow.
Hope that hurt because I have no idea what you're talking about.
And TJ over there is like, oh, that was a close one, babe. I'm so glad that you're okay and that I really helped you get there. Anyway, and he
I'm not gonna say anything.
he
I'm
sees
proud of you,
he's got
honestly, because that.
because we see like so Hector's got a slash on his arm, and TJ is gonna take his javelin from behind his back, and he's gonna kind of push Misphi a little, like kind of stand like he's trying to protect Misphi.
Watch your ear, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and then he flips it around. Right, good call. And and he takes it and he throws it at Hector and he's like, "We're not traitors, really." And he throws it at him.
Conviction.
And
He's doing his best.
He's doing his absolute best.
and he gets a nat 1.
No.
Not again. Can I give him my inspiration?
You can't give him your inspiration. So what happens is you told him like, hey, make sure you don't get your ear. So he flipped it around. And when he was flipping it around, it got caught off balance. So when he threw it, he ended up just like throwing it and like kind of pinning his foot. It just like went straight down and he just kind of like pinned his foot. And he was like, oh, man, I liked these shoes. Man.
Well, shoot.
Alfonzo, you are up.
All right. So I'm going to draw my bow and I'm going to shoot that a-hole.
Wow.
Hit me with the crossbow.
Ooh, okay. So you're going
Good
after
luck with it. We know how this went
Redemption.
last time.
All right. Yeah.
Your redemption roll.
Alfonso
Okay,
is
good
feeling
vibes. Good
really
vibes.
good.
Good vibes.
Feeling really good about this. He kind of like squints his eyes, flexes a little bit, pulls the arrow, and 10 with my modifier.
So like all inclusive?
Yes.
Does not hit. So you're like around 10 feet away from him.
Mhm.
So as he sees you pulling this back, he kind of like dips out of the way real fast. And even though he talks really slow, he moves surprisingly quickly. Are you doing anything else for your turn?
Damn it!
You
And that was
gotta
for free.
move faster than that.
You wait, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Misphi, you are kind of standing next to TJ. You're down on the other side
Damn
of
it,
like
Maureen.
Damn it, Maureen.
where are you at?
Where's Angie?
You're down. You have Hector in front of you. and you are surrounded by TJ and Meryl, and you are on like on the side of the river near the dock.
I'm gonna reach for Hector's tongue
Like with your hand
with my naked fist.
No!
in a hot way.
I'm sorry, my unarmed fist.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
11 plus 4.
Ooh,
15.
so 15. That does hit.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with his tongue?
I'm gonna grab it
Okay.
and I'm gonna yank.
Yoink.
Yoink
He goes,
Can you cut out his tongue?
Oh, I was thinking about it.
as you pull it forward, he like bites down on it. It's like, just blood starts going places.
Now you are gonna knock this off, or the tongue is coming off.
Yes, mother.
Roll. So first of all, roll your damage.
Let's find out if you can do it successfully.
Well, this is an unarmed strike, right? So this is, you don't have to roll it. You
Yeah.
just have 3.
Right.
You pulled it out. He's bleeding. He's injured. Anything else?
Nope.
Wow, you pulled his tongue out?
No.
He's just like
He has
holding
it.
on to it
I
right
still
now.
have a hold of it.
I was so like focused for a second that I came back and I thought for sure when you said blood that you cut that boy's tongue out.
Okay.
Man.
Just gonna hold it there.
So he's actually up next. So he is going to grab his scimitar while Misphi is holding his tongue, and he's going to try to stab Misphi with it to try to get her off of him. And he got
I think your dice you got a lot of dice tonight.
Yeah, your dice are hot today.
he got an 18 to hit.
Like what? You haven't rolled anything less than a 15 in like an hour.
TJ rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Except when you were being
He's
TJ.
part
Like-
of us.
The people we're trying to fight here have like the world's best luck.
My
You're
armor
gonna get-
class is 13.
You're getting screwed.
Oh no, Misphi.
The Empress's face right now is not looking good. We might have to like.
Wait, can I use my inspiration?
Can I be inspired not to die?
Well, because he's stabbing at you, so you can't like do inspiration on your AC. But he does 14 points of damage.
Oh no.
I'm dead.
So
No.
are
I
you?
don't know.
How many hit points do you have?
Oh, I have 19.
Oh, okay. So
Oh my god, you had us worried for a second. We're like, oh.
Still not great, I've got to say, but you know.
Wait, you said
So you have
14?
he did 14 points of damage there.
We better like figure this out, guys. Stop using your naked fists and like let's kill these boys.
So he stabbed Misphi. Rudy, boy Rudy over there. He's holding his branch that is now slightly sharpened because Marion slashed at it and just got.
Sharpened?
It's not like added damage, but
was
he's
like,
like
what?
he's got it like hacked a bit from Marion.
Very Lord of the Flies.
I haven't read Lord of the Flies.
This is getting
Really?
what? You're an
How?
English teacher.
Dude,
I've read
if
Lord
you
of the Fries.
And you can't even read. You're a history teacher. Lord of the Fries. See?
Well,
Me at lunch at McDonald's.
Sounds like
yeah, you weren't
it.
supposed to catch that.
they're our sponsor tonight.
so
Thank you, McDonald's.
oh my god. So Rudy's grabbing this fist. He kind of hears what's the commotion over there, and he's just like, This is really getting out of hand. Like, you guys just need to just knock it off. And he takes the branch and swings it at who's over here. He's gonna swing it at Stan.
I
As his
felt that
closest.
coming, man.
The branch?
No. Well, we'll see.
Does a 15 hit.
Yes.
So he does.
It's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Oops.
I don't think any of us have ever rolled this well.
These are the consequences.
He only does 1 point of
These are our
damage.
consequences.
Yep.
What happened to the consequences?
So Rudy did 1 point of damage. He slashed at Stan with the stump or the branch. Marion, who is getting within 10 feet of Alfonzo, kind of just walks up and with his scimitar tries to take a swipe at Alfonzo. Does a 13 hit.
No, it does not.
Okay.
But is he like right next to me?
He's next to you now.
Yeah, like so he like tried to hit me like as like a hand-to-hand combat thing.
Yeah.
I have a reaction I can use.
Ooh, okay.
If they're within arm's reach before they like try to leave.
Okay, yeah.
What it says is I can do what's called an opportunity attack as a reaction.
Nice. Okay.
It says it's a bonus action to make the opportunity attack. Take a reaction. Do one melee attack with a weapon or unarmed strike against the provoking creature. The attack occurs right before the creature leaves your reach.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, in the same moment that he takes his whack at me, I'm gonna draw my short sword.
Ooh.
And swing at him. 13. Does a 13 hit?
13 hits.
Okay, and then it's a 1d6 plus 4.
Ooh.
So 10.
He is very, very hurt.
Good.
He is like,
This is Maureen.
This is Marion. Yeah.
This is Maureen.
Take that, Marine.
My name's Marion.
You should have moved faster than that.
And
Nice.
Arthur.
Nice.
Thank you.
Arthur is there with chapter 7 in his mouth and undisclosed pages in his pants.
Good old chapter 7.
He is feeling defeated, and he has no weapon anymore, but he is going to try to take a naked fist swing at Stan. Does a 6 hit?
No.
Yeah.
So
Times are changing.
he's hit the blood on his nose and the tears in his eyes are just clouding everything, and he's like, "You ruined my book," and he just swings and it completely misses. And that brings us back around to Stan. What do you do, Stan?
Whereabouts are they?
You have Rudy and Marion and Arthur in arm's reach, roughly. It's like getting quite a congested little scuffle.
Great. So I'd like to propose doing something a little bit odd, but since I'm a very strong little man, I think it might work. I'd love to pick up Artie and swing him around and throw him into the others like a bowling ball.
It's just crazy enough that I'm gonna let you try it. So here's what we're gonna roll.
You should
First
try
of
to
all,
throw him into the river.
I'm gonna have you roll an opposed strength check with Artie here with Arthur. Okay, so do that first to see if he will essentially allow you to pick him up.
I rolled a nat 1.
So you go to pick him up, and he's just like, boneless, and he starfishes again. Boneless.
Oh my God.
Go limp. That's what they say in the books. Go limp.
Go lame.
Guys, what's wrong with our dice tonight?
It's the consequences.
Consequences. I'm
The
telling
consequences
you.
are catching up to us, and I don't like it.
Fonz, I hope you're feeling them because it's all started with Coco.
No, it did not. Just pick up your axe and whack him next time.
Well, hold on a second. What does being enraged do?
Yeah, she could enter. You can enter rage.
Well, you are she entered rage,
yeah.
and I want to say that lasts for 3 rounds or
It's
3 of your
one minute.
It
turns.
lasts for 10 rounds.
It lasts for 10. And what are the effects that it gives you?
I get advantage on strength checks, which still
Okay.
doesn't help me with a nat 1.
What? No, because grappling, it was an opposed strength check.
Yeah.
So if you get advantage, that means you roll twice and you take the higher of the
You
two.
can do that right now
Take
because
it.
it's a bonus action.
So,
I'm definitely not.
well, because you're already enraged, so you go ahead and get the advantage. So you don't have to. So just roll again.
Well, this time I got an 18.
So you're able to pick him up
Guys, did you hear that? I can pick up the guy.
Good
'Cause I rolled-
job.
See?
because
See
you
what you
were
missed?
so angry.
Right,
So
I was so
want you to
mad.
paint me a picture of how you were able to use your anger to, like, even after he went boneless. So he went boneless. He was like, "Go limp."
Wait, is he the one with the book in his mouth?
Yeah.
Book mouth.
So, sorry.
Right. Well, just hearing him speak is really making me mad, because that means I didn't shove the pages far enough into his throat. So I go up and I pick him up by his feet. Yeah, great. And then I'm going to start spinning him around like a tornado and throw him directly into Rudy.
Ow! Get off me, Arthur. All right, so here's what because it's an improvised weapon. So I'm gonna say,
Angie, the weapon.
Angie.
I'm essentially gonna say that he's a club now. Okay.
Take 1 damage.
So I'm just gonna have you roll
Bad.
2d4 damage.
Shame.
2d4.
I love
2d4.
it.
Wow.
Oh, 4.
I picked the one that's on top. 4 plus 4.
8 damage. He did.
What?
So and you know what?
Wait, damage for who?
So damage for Rudy, but because you picked up and threw Arthur at him, I'm going to have you give 1d4 of damage to Arthur.
Great.
He dead too.
Everyone's dead.
He got a 1.
Okay, so Arthur is barely hanging on to life by a thread. Rudy is out. You can choose if he's dead or if he's just unconscious, but he is down for the count with Arthur's body on top of Arthur's big old book-ridden body.
Is it my turn next?
It is your turn next.
Great, I'm going to cut off Hector's tongue with my talon.
Oh, that's a little bit more vile, Meryl, than putting pages down someone's pants.
He's not going to die.
Oh, my God.
He just won't be able to talk anymore.
Wait, does Misphi still have a hold of his tongue?
Yeah, that's why. This whole time you still have, yeah.
Yeah, he stabbed
after
you.
he
You
stabbed
until
grabbed
your
the
next
tongue a little
turn.
I
firmer.
just held it further.
So I'm going to say he's not dead. He's just very unwell.
So we're
Very
going to say
unwell.
that Rudy is unconscious.
Here's
Yeah.
Matchbox 20 over here. Are you a little unwell?
That is an amazing reference.
That was
and
an
I'm really proud of
incredible
you
reference.
for that.
Again, aged, but incredible.
Wow. Well.
It's Matchbox 20 though. They're timeless.
True.
So I'm going to have you
Amen.
make an attack. We'll say for your talons.
What was it? Tell me. Was it a nat 20?
Okay, the look on your face, by the way, this is a podcast, so nobody can see this beautiful look, but can you get a picture of that look, please? With like your
Look
mouth
at that.
open, a little bit like,
And his hand is actively covering the dice.
yeah, why are we covering the dice? This makes
So
Empress Boston
what
nervous.
I said I wanted to do was cut off Hector's tongue because Misphi has it in like a death grip because she got stabbed with a freaking sword.
I'm just dangling. From
So I
his
was just
tongue.
going to take, a talon and just do a little snip, and I rolled a nat 20.
Shut up, what?
Oh, well, now you're going to have to perform, Meryl.
Wow. So
So slice
this was a
that tongue.
talon attack. So first of all, tell me what happens with this.
Describe what happens?
I want you to paint me a
In
picture.
vivid detail.
So,
OMG, I'm so
so
excited.
Meryl has turned to watch.
Weren't you the pacifist at one time?
For like an
I don't know what that
episode and a
means.
half.
The non-violent one.
I know.
Only with animals.
Oh,
I mean-
well, I guess that
Only
checks
with
out.
animals. Yes.
So yeah, Meryl turned to watch Stan like hammer throw this enormous child at this other child.
Why
both
do we
of whom
hate
are
children?
Well, to be fair,
screaming.
they're in at least their late teens, early 20s.
Okay,
They're
so, like,
just
late teens.
short and stunky.
And
stubby.
y'all are
Stunky.
teachers. Like,
Yeah, true.
They're ruffians.
Hooligans.
And then he sees them both just like collapse in this like pathetic heap. And he just turns and kind of cocks his head in that like very kind of like eerie bird way. And I feel like Hector is like looking out of the corner of his eye like, why are you looking at me like that? But his like tongue is like,
Does Meryl get the crazy eyes?
yeah. Oh yeah. And so Meryl like leans in kind of close.
And he can't lean away because he's got the scimitar
Yeah.
inside Misphi.
Yeah. And also
You're like,
she has him by the tongue. And he's like, Hector, I think hopefully by now we've all learned our lesson about the power of words. So next time, speak carefully. Oh, wait.
Slice.
There might not be a next time for you. And then he picks up his foot, literally his foot, and he does like this incredible angelic, like he jumps in the air, wings spread, and does like the Karate Kid kick.
skadoosh.
And he skadooshes that tongue right into.
I just wanted to add that little squish.
And so then he lands on one foot, just with proper technique,
And
taught to
Misphi
him
holds it up.
by the master.
Can
and
I
then-
shove it down his throat at his bonus
he's just
action?
And then Meryl turns to everybody and is like, this is why we need to stop fighting people for no reason. This is the last time I'm participating in useless violence. At least make it have a reason. Now give me that tongue.
So, first of all, how much is
I'll
a
give you that
talon? How much damage does that do normally?
1d4 slashing.
Okay, so with a crit, you double that, right? You
Yep.
do 2d4?
Yep, 2d4.
Dude.
And maybe even some additional psychic damage because that was intense.
I cut off his tongue.
You also lectured him about it too.
I did. That was my teacher voice. Listen, kids.
Listen.
2 and 2.
Okay, so he is really far down there as he's recoiling. He's got blood just like coming out of his mouth, and he's like,
I feel like Meryl has no sympathy in this moment. He's just like, these damn kids.
If anything, there's a little bit of blood that's getting on your feathers, and that's probably the worst part for you.
Oh, yeah. Meryl's like, oh, God, and walks away.
So TJ then, having unstuck his shoe from the javelin and seeing all of this stuff, he saw what happened over there to Hector, and he's just like, ew. But yeah, good job, man. In front of TJ, we see Rudy's completely passed out underneath Arthur, who is barely clinging to life. And TJ reaches down, grabs Arthur by the cuff of his neck, and he points his javelin, and he's like, all we wanted to know was like, what was going on with my Uncle Mayor tomorrow? Why couldn't you have just been nice? God, you're such a jerk. And Arthur's
That's so wholesome of him.
Tell him, Teach.
I love TJ.
And Arthur just looks up and he was just like, well, if you'd have ever read a book, and he's still got the chapter 7, but TJ kind of rips it out of his mouth and he's like, what? And he's like, well, if you would have ever read a book, then you would know that your stupid uncle seems to think that you're the only loyal one in the party here because he's got somebody on the inside. And TJ's like, wait, what? But then Arthur kind of leans forward and TJ drops the javelin. And we're going to see with an 18, he accidentally drops the javelin and it goes through Arthur. And he's like, through
Arthur.
Teach, what'd you do to Angie?
He's been Andy kebabbed.
And he's like, I needed more information. Oh man, I'm
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, Teach. They deserve it.
And he's like, he grabs some of the book pages and like shoves it on the wound.
It's okay. Read
He's like,
read this. You'll feel better.
You always told me knowledge was healing. What? It's not working. He just kind of, after a second, he kind of looks up and he just tries to shuffle Arthur behind him, like nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. And then he looks up and he kind of shouts, or he doesn't really shout because you're right next to him. He's like, Alfonso, I think that there's something that people seem to think that you're not loyal, or like, I don't really know. I don't. The guy Arthur said that the group was like, I don't know, like something about like the group being traitors or something. I don't know what he meant, but I think it has something to do with my uncle. And Alfonso, it's your turn. Here's who we have left. Okay, Arthur is dead. Rudy was underneath him, and he's completely knocked out by Stan. We have Marion, who's he's the one who had the crossbow and shot it. Has been kind of like hand to hand with Alfonso. Hector is pretty low. He's the one that's over there with no tongue now. He can't say anything, but he's pretty low on hit points. So it's close with him as he's bleeding all over you.
So at this point, Marion's the crossbow one, right?
Yeah.
And he's the one who we're both like.
You guys are right next to each other because you guys were in hand-to-hand combat.
So I struck him last time. Should have been 10 damage. It was 1d6 plus 4.
Yeah, he's on death's door.
So I've got my short sword drawn, and because I have 2 of them, I've got my other one kind of like at the ready as well. And I put it to his neck, and I say, "You have one chance to tell me more about what's the guy's name? What Angie was saying."
Asks for the name, calls him Angie. My favorite thing.
You have one chance.
Screw up names.
Well, I didn't really hear what Angie said.
Today, Junior.
Misphi is twisted, I guess.
But the mayor's marching around 3, and he's.
We know that about the traitor thing. There's a traitor among our ranks that they know that.
Yeah, you guys. The mayor knows that you guys aren't working for him anymore, except for TJ, because obviously that guy's too dumb to betray his uncle.
Okay. In that moment, because Alfonso just is now over it and feels like he has enough information, he slices with the
scimitar?
short sword. No, my short sword.
Or your
Listen,
short
I
sword,
just
yeah.
have to say the stakes have gone up significantly since the beginning of this, so I feel a lot less bad about it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. They were really pissing me off.
Does a 13 plus 6, so 19 hit.
Sure does.
1d6 plus 4. And if that doesn't kill him, I can do a bonus.
He is for sure dead.
I figured, but just in case. I wanted to make sure that I was for sure.
I want to make sure
Is
he's
this
dead.
one of those like really horrifying moments from like an action movie where like the hero is just like a little too far gone and so he just like can't stop?
Yep.
No, he was ready. Like,
Go
he was,
big or home. Like,
so that would be 8 damage.
He is dead.
Dead,
he
dead,
is
deader than
bloodied
dead,
and
there's a
dead.
doornail.
Well done.
He dead.
Do you do anything specific with his corpse? That's a weird
No.
question.
Move on,
He's
moving
not
on.
really into the like. I mean, once the deed has been done, he's not really into like desecrating the dead. That's not really his jam.
double tap.
Double tap.
Rule number one.
So like he definitely like slices with a clean motion and then he drops, but there's nothing more. Basically, then sheathes both short swords elegantly afterward.
Oh,
Beautiful.
What a gentleman.
So out
What a
of-
murderous gentleman.
Out of all of the dude bros that were there, the only one left now is Hector.
And he can't talk.
He can't talk. He's
You're-
bleeding from his mouth. Because Misphi, who is currently holding his tongue.
You should keep that as a souvenir, Misphi.
Oh
I
my-
will.
So
Put
what
it
do
in
you
a
do,
jar.
Misphi?
What do I want to do with him?
Well,
That sounds so dark.
Yeah, wow.
I feel like we don't.
I got
have
like
to kill him
Harley
at
Quinn
this point.
vibes and my heart kind of like palpitated.
We could let him live if we wanted. I guess do we
He's
want
just
to
like.
He can't tell anybody.
Yeah, no one's gonna know this was us, and we need to get out of here right now. Hector, what did I just say?
Does anyone have any pencil or paper? We can have him write it down for us.
TJ pulls some paper from Andrew's pants. He's like,
Andrew.
Arthur. He's like,
I know if we did
whoever this
do it.
used to be.
This is like a
I have
Deadpool scene.
some
This is a
paper over
disaster.
here.
He can finger plate paint
Alfonso-
with his mouth blood.
Alfonso pulls a pen out of his bag and very demandingly is, you have one chance to tell us what you think we should know, or we're gonna end this.
And you're saying that to Hector?
Yeah.
Okay. Hector, as you like kind of get up into him and you like hand him this
Mhm.
pen, I want you to roll a perception check.
5.
Oh, man.
I perceive almost nothing.
Amen.
It's-
Amen, girl.
So as you reach in, he grabs the pen from you, and he like looks up at everybody like really like, but then he sees Meryl kind of eyeballing him. And he takes the pen and he's like thinking like, okay, one shot. And he says, TJ, good nephew, group bad employees, but he spells employees with like totally wrong with like a couple of backwards.
IMP.
Yeah, like IMPY, and he just like kind of, but like with like backwards E's. Yeah. And then he
Of the month.
kind of drops the pen and gives a whole thumbs up. Like, did I pass?
Can you hand me my pen first, though?
He hands it back to you.
I give him a little bit of a nod, like, this seems to have been effective.
And then Misphi takes his tongue that's still in his hand and shoves it up his butt. How's that taste, buddy?
No, that
I'm
does
gonna
not
roll-
happen. That can't happen.
I don't know. Like, it would be, you'd have to get his pants down.
I'm gonna roll for dexterity to like stop.
Clench his butt. Butt clenching
No.
dexterity.
No, I'm gonna
Opposed
stop.
strength check.
No, I already did
Sphincter
it.
strength.
I can see the
Sphincter
crazy in her eye and like
So we'll say because in order for you to shove the tongue, his own tongue up his anus, you will have to take his pants down. We'll say that as you're reaching for his pants, you and Alfonso will have to do an opposed dexterity check to see which of you are able to, like, either he's going to stop the pants from coming down or you're going to.
This isn't gonna work.
Can I make an argument to roll with advantage? Because I definitely, as soon as she said, I'm going to take the tongue, like, she, like, raised it, and I was like, this is not good. And I definitely, like, anticipated.
I'll give you an additional +3 to your roll.
I'm going to use my inspiration that I have.
Yes, okay.
Misphi can't be tamed.
So my dexterity, let me look at my. So you give me a +3.
Yeah.
So I'm at a 21.
Okay.
I got 19.
Wow.
Plus my inspiration.
Well, so your inspiration means you roll with advantage.
So you get to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try.
You have to beat a 21.
11.
She does
Okay,
not.
so hang on a 19 for
God.
dexterity. What do you have any additional modifiers for that?
+2.
So that's tied.
21, so that's a tie. So
does
you
this
guys are
happen? No,
currently
you
grappling over his pants as he's just like
Guys,
leaning
help,
forward like,
please. Stop.
And TJ comes
Stan,
up
can you help?
and he puts his hand on Misphi's shoulder and says, "Babe, these pants aren't even cute."
Is that because he thinks she's trying to take his pants?
No, he's trying to kind of talk down her crazy.
Talk down her crazy.
These pants ain't cute, babe.
So I'm just going to say, yeah, that he's probably not going to fight back. But I will say that as TJ kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and is like, "Babe, his pants aren't even that good." He kind of pulls you back and he takes his javelin and he just kind of like chucks him right in the butthole with it. Just a little, just like with the dull end, not with the sharp end, just to like give him a little bit of like, that's what you could have had. And
That's what you could have.
he's
had.
just like,
tasted it.
Fair.
Okay, Teach.
Wow.
Misphi kind of calms down and takes a really deep breath with her eye twitching a little bit.
With her eye
Yeah.
twitching. Deep breaths.
So what do you do? He's standing
There's
in
a
front of
wolf
you.
in that
He's
girl.
bleeding from his mouth.
I forget that sometimes that Misphi is like not part wolf, but
She's like a shapeshifter, essentially.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm an animal.
Do you ever turn yourself into Jello?
sometimes.
What?
Do you ever turn yourself into Jello?
Do you like Jello?
I don't
Stan?
know. It just
Jell-O.
seems like it would be kind of nice.
I mean, it would be like, it'd have to be
Jello?
an animal, but I guess like
be
Jello is
Jell-O.
made from the corpse of horses.
right? So could work.
So you could be Jello.
Anyway, so we're sitting here just like
Try it next time.
So
Okay.
we're sitting, so everybody's kind of standing around this, like not quite dead but close guy, with no tongue,
dead
as Misphi and Alfonso have just wrestled over his pants,
And tongue.
while she's holding his tongue that is not attached to his face anymore, and TJ is just, what is that called? Whenever you like get somebody in the butthole,
Goose
Like,
'em.
you goose him. He just
Been
goose.
I've never
He just
heard
goosed.
that called goose.
Is that what that's
It's called
called?
goose.
Goose.
It's-
Goose
yeah, you
him.
got he got goosed.
When you
I've
poke
never-
somebody in the
I
butthole?
hate geese.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
when
you
you
like
poke some-
birds.
Yeah, because it's
I
like the
hate
whole
geese.
it's the whole notion of like when the geese are like, ha! Like, it's like goose.
Oh my god! Is there a way to do it that's less aggressive? Could it be like a duckling?
Do you get ducked?
Duck 'em?
I feel like
Getting
it would be a
ducked. That's-
duckling if you're in an intimate moment in
that's a
bed and it's
different thing.
cute. And it's like when if you like goose them but you giggle
It took me a
afterwards.
second, but I got there.
Okay.
That'd be a
If
duckling.
it's a goose with a giggle, it can be a duck.
Yeah,
A goose
it's
with a
if
giggle.
goose with a giggle, it's a duckling. But if it's a goose and the person clenches really hard, it's a goose.
Got it.
He got
Yeah.
to clench to make it a
Yeah,
goose.
he clenched hard. So that was for sure a goose.
All right.
Well,
so now you
Jake,
now
I need you
have
to
some,
make that face again because
Oh, thank you.
that was fantastic. That is the. This is the. They're getting goosed look.
Getting goose.
getting
that is my goose.
goose.
That is getting goosed look.
Goose.
I love it.
Yes.
Me gusta.
Me goose.
So it is
Well-
now with this fight, by the way, about 1 a.m. Okay. You now have 2 corpses, an unconscious young man, and a man bleeding out by his mouth with no tongue. And in roughly a little over 12 hours, the mayor is marching on
We're,
the town.
can
Well,
we just like let? do we
seems
wanna
like
let him go. I feel
he
like
can't tell anyone what happened. Seems
He
like
can
we need
write,
to get
though.
out of here. And the mayor knows about us anyway.
Misphi's just gonna
But we
chuck
don't
his tongue in the water.
Can we just tie him up just to be safe?
Sure. Why don't we tie him up and put him on the boat?
You know what? Let's just do this.
Okay.
And then Meryl is going to jump up and jump in the air and pick him up and just dump him in the river.
Can he
Ooh,
swim?
So wait, is he tied up right now or no?
No, he's not tied.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna pick.
We're not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to throw him out there because
Wait,
What if
Meryl.
he can't swim?
it's going to take, well, then that's not my problem.
So-
and if he
Survival
can't swim,
of
it's going to
the
take him
fittest.
a
Become a very
long time to
violent
come back.
podcast.
We could just tie him up.
Just tie him up, Meryl. Come on.
That's
Let's just
fine.
take the
That's
effort.
fine.
You choose you gave the initial, so you at this point you have him in your hands and you
I'm
or you
floating.
have him.
I'm just
you're
like flapping in the air and I'm
Meryl,
like,
I am
drop
gonna
him.
have you.
Drop
I am
him
gonna have you give
in
an
the river.
opposed strength check with advantage because he is bleeding out a little bit.
14.
So you pick him up, and so as they're shouting at you, just tie him up. What do you do?
I'm like hovering and I'm like, guys, come on. We just need to get out of here. What are we going to do? I guess he can write. You're right. So what do we do?
We're gonna tie him up so we can't move in time to the post of the dock. So
What if
he's-
someone finds him?
That's fine. It'll give us more time to like get out of here.
Then why don't I just dump him in the river? Can you
Dump him in the
swim?
river.
God, we're taking
Dump
so
him in the
long
river.
about it. Just
Nod or shake your head and then say it for the audience.
Say it.
He kind of looks around for an audience, and he assumes that you mean your friends, and he just kind of like
Meryl always has an audience.
He nods slowly, thinking that might be the less bad of the two options. He
Great.
nods, and then he's
Awesome. I hope you're telling the truth. And then Meryl flies him out to the middle of the river and drops him.
Yes.
and he drops with a splash, and after like a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you see him earth up from the water, and he just starts kind of, and then he starts kind of slowly doggy paddling to the other side of the river.
And Meryl is floating above him, and he says, when you see the mayor, tell him that if he doesn't want this, he should just turn around.
And
then
he
flies
looks
away.
at you, and he's like,
God, I love you better with no tongue. And then he flies away.
he just like indicates sort of tongue, like, I can't say anything to the mayor. What?
You did tell him to tell him something.
Yeah.
Write it down. I don't care.
So you fly back. It's a bloodbath here at the river shore here.
of here.
Let's just chuck it all in the river.
Where it's again roughly around like 1 a.m. It's dark. Nobody's out. All of the ne'er-do-wells that normally were out are now dead or unconscious in the case of Rudy. So where do you go? What do you do? What's the plan?
We let the asshole live.
We
Rudy
can
was
put-
the
we
New
can put him
Jersey
in the river
asshole.
too.
Yeah, you let Rudy and Hector
You're
both live.
brutal.
And they were the two meanest.
Well,
But
sometimes it's how the dice rolls.
I felt really great about cutting his tongue off.
So we're just standing around all the dead
We
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
go to the rebel camp. We need to go.
No, I
can't
thought we
stay
need,
here.
no, we need to go up to the mayor.
Hold on, everybody. Can we take a second to talk about the fact that it sounds like the mayor only now trusts TJ? And that
He knows about us. We need to go warn the rebels. There's nothing else we can do.
But I don't think we can make it to the rebel camp before. I feel like we should try to do something with the mayor.
Okay, so again, I'm going to say, shall we acknowledge that the mayor no longer trusts any of us, but only Teach?
Correct.
Right.
which
Yes.
is kind of a stretch because I don't really know if he trusts me, but I mean, like, I am a pretty good guard. But yeah, that's pretty, I mean, so if he knows that, like, you guys aren't on his side, somebody said something about, like, him having an inside person. And he immediately kind of side eyes Alfonzo for a quick second. And he's like,
What?
not that any of us would be an inside guy for somebody who wears nice hats, but
Are you accusing me of being a traitor?
what? No, Alfonso,
nonsense,
you
TJ.
had blood on your face. I was just eyeballing the blood on your face. You should wash it off. You have a nice face.
I don't think you're that believable, TJ.
Wow, that's hurtful. As all of this is happening, Alfonso, you start kind of patting your pockets and just kind of like taking stock of yourself. And you notice that the two poisons that you got from Mama Witch are gone from your person. And if you recall, there was a moment when you tried to hand Hector the pen, and he did something and you didn't catch it, what he did, but he pickpocketed you.
Oh.
And because he, as you all know, he's like the thief of the crew, and he goes in all of the houses, and he's got great sleight of hand. And so he pickpocketed you, and now he is on his way to the other side of the river.
Guys, I'm pretty sure Hector pickpocketed the 2 poisons that we had.
Well, do you think that any of the other guys pickpocketed, or like, can we like pickpocket them?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Because they're like,
well, no.
dead.
Let's scavenge their bodies.
Oh man. Okay, so like, Arthur has pages in his pants, and then Marion is over there, and then Rudy, he's still alive, I think. Can you check? Is he breathing?
It doesn't matter. Let's just take his things.
Yeah.
Okay.
His pants too.
Yeah. So take everyone's pants.
All right. So who's scavenging Rudy?
I will.
Okay. And then wait. So then he's still alive. He's not like, I'm gonna say he's not bloodied enough to be dead, so you don't have to roll Constitution. What about Marion and Arthur?
I'd like to take on Angie.
Okay. And then what about Marion? Who's got Marion?
I'll take Marion.
All right, so both of so Misphi and Stan roll Constitution, because you're gonna have to like sort through very blood and sinew covered clothes.
I got a nat 20.
Okay,
you got a tough stomach.
You start to like
soap.
sift through their stuff, and as you're doing it, you take some of their blood and just kind of smack them across the face with it, like suck it. What about you, Misphi?
I got 16.
16. Yeah, you guys have iron stomachs. You're like, they deserved this. Mm-hmm. So as you guys start rifling through,
It's a way of nature.
for these dude bros, what you find is
Add to inventory.
on Rudy, you see you have the neck chain of the rising chain. It's the neck chain of the rising chain. And I'll write you out like full sheets for this, but 2 times per long rest, the wearer can get advantage on an attack. On Arthur, we see the sunglasses of the dude bro, where he has those, where he wears them inside.
Where he wears
Like those Viper ones that are like it's gotta be one of those. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like
the wraparound shades.
Yeah, it's
like they're super
such a-
douchey looking.
Yes.
So this one's a little bit more complicated because with the glasses of the dude bro, you get a +3 to Constitution for, because he's so accustomed to, drinking beers and stuff with his friends.
The
as
frat
a
boy
dude bro does.
sunglasses
Yes.
of sober Constitution.
Yeah, so you get a +3 to Constitution, but you get a -1 to Wisdom. And if you say something douchey, then you can get a 1d4 addition to any attack. But it has to be properly douchey. And then finally...
Properly douchey.
Properly douchey. Like, you
That
have to say
is-
something. Like, it's going to take some creativity on your part to say something douchey enough to merit a 1d4. And then finally, we have Marion. You were searching for Marion. So you get... this is a reversible artifact.
Oh.
The backwards cap of the poser. While worn backwards, you get a +2 to charisma, but it makes the wearer secretly insecure because you're really trying hard. So you will have to like act that out. However, if you flip it back, like forward, then it becomes the front cap of the athlete, and you get a +2 to dexterity, but it requires the wearer to randomly spit on the ground.
I'm dead.
That is
Incredible.
Is there an action required to like flip it one way or the other? Or is it like
I'm going to say that if you are in combat, then it will take an action to
or maybe a movement.
Yeah, I'd
to
say
like,
that would take I would say it would take half your movement speed to switch it,
okay.
because it would take time essentially.
Yeah, that's
All right. Misphi's going to put that cap on.
backwards probably.
No cap.
Yes.
Oh my god. No cap. You
Actually, I'm going to put it on forward and then spin it around backwards.
Oh.
Hot. So as you guys now have this stuff, TJ looks at because Stan, you have the sunglasses.
I think I got them on me for now.
Okay. So he looks at you and he's like, Stan, that actually, you look tight. Why do I want to say that? You look tight. God,
Is there an aura related to these sunglasses that make us want to like talk douchier?
I I think so. I don't know. It's just like I mean, we're bros, but now we're like bras.
Wow.
That's weird.
That's deep.
But I mean, it looks nice.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Teach, thanks. I really appreciate that. I don't know why we have to be undergarments, but that's okay. I could call you my bra.
Bra. It's because we support each other.
Right. We do. We sure do.
We're the underwire of friendship.
Oh! Okay, Teach. You're really onto something there.
Oh,
We
I like it.
really lift each other up.
Exactly, babe.
Wow.
We are such a great group of bras. So anyway,
Alfonso is
we're
like,
all a little bloody, just a smidge. I don't know if going back to my house like this unless we sneak in, but
Can we just wash off in the river?
I mean we can. But last time that I did that, we both almost drowned. But I saved us. Remember? Yeah, you guys saw that.
Yeah, I remember
But
that, Teach.
me and Water, you know what? You go ahead, babe, and just call if you need me. I'll be right here.
Misphi just kind of leans down toward the river and splashes TJ a little bit.
Oh. It's actually not that bad. I see why you like river water. Nice, babe.
Earthy, right?
Very down to earth. I like that.
Alfonso was over here like, because like I imagine we're on the beach right now, kind of looking over the bodies.
Yeah, so it's like it's
Yeah.
a river side.
So I don't think that I have any blood on me because I don't think so because I went with the unconscious one. And
So you searched through the unconscious one, but I'm trying to think. The last one you killed Marion with a fervor, if I recall.
With a fervor.
and I think I sliced his neck parts.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would have
it was
blood
very
actually,
definitely
like,
have blood
all
swift.
over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Alfonso, being a tad bloody, goes over to the river and like pulls a rag out of his bag and just kind of, brushes it off, cleans his jacket a little bit, and squeezes out a little blood on the rag, cleans and puts it back in his bag, and he's like, "All right."
As
Let's
you
rock and
squeeze
roll.
it out, TJ's reaching for more water, and you just squeeze some of the bloody water. He's just like,
TJ, no.
it tastes a little different this time. I don't, but
TJ.
still earthy, metallic almost.
Kool-Aid.
It's crazy.
No.
Oh, hey, Alfonso.
Constitution.
Yeah, you're looking better.
TJ,
Thanks.
are you a vampire?
What's that?
All right, guys, we gotta
let's
move that along.
get
We don't
on,
have time for that right now. So are
Let's
we gonna?
ravage the mayor.
That's how it ends.
Yeah.
We're gonna go
Let's
ravage.
ravage the mayor.
So our thought is we should go get him before he has the chance to leave with the army.
Yes.
They leave
let's
at
go.
3.
And it's
they,
1.
It's 1 a.m.
This
It's
is like
1
Home
a.m.,
Alone.
so
We've got
it's-
2 hours to set the traps.
No,
Let's go.
13
no.
hours.
So it's 1 a.m. He's leaving at 3 p.m.
Oh,
so you have
3
a
p.m., not
little
3 a.m.
over at 12.
All right,
Oh,
whatever.
so
It's
we
the
can
middle
kill
of the
him in his
night.
sleep.
Let's go.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Guys, we did it.
Yay.
We did something. And we almost died.
Oh my god.
I
the
almost
fact
died.
that that's the fight we almost died in is incredible.
Let's talk into the episode plugs. Buy my book, The Archivist's Apprentice, has launched. It's a fantasy novel with a fantastic pantheon of gods, political intrigue, and all-around decent mystery. If you like gore and mysteries and stuff, check this out. It's gory and gross. If you're looking for some good background music for your D&D game or just enjoy some really good tunes, check out Husband Matt's album in the link below. You can buy it on the main music apps. It's the music that's playing in the background right now. We are a new podcast, so it would help us out a lot if you rated the podcast, subscribe for more ridiculousness, share it with your friends, share it with your news anchor. Really, tune in. They need some joy in their life,
So did like the funeral home workers. I feel like
That's a great one. Your funeral home worker.
yes.
yeah.
If
share
you
with your
are
local
mourning, share the joy of mystical everyday heroes.
Especially this episode.
Especially
This
this
is the
episode.
most joyous one I can think of.
There is a mortician out there for you or for us.
It was almost us.
It was almost
Me specifically.
Yes. Speaking of all the people we want to share it with, Kailyn, can you plug our social media so that way we can connect with the people?
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Mystical Everyday Heroes, all spelled out.
So by about this time, there will be Andrew and I will be a family of
rail.
4. Yeah.
Baby
It. Baby railed it.
Baby
Yep.
railed it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Congratulations to
Aw.
Matt and Andrea
Yes.
and all the
That's so
babies.
exciting.
If we don't have the baby by the time this this episode drops, Andrea will be very, very sad.
Andrea will reach through the speaker into the microphones and throttle us all for jinxing
True.
this. And I would not blame her in the slightest because it sucks being pregnant overdue. But yeah, so all of our warm wishes to Andrea and Matt Rail. So we love and adore you guys. Did we ever find out the name? Is it a surprise for the name of the baby?
Yes,
or?
name is a surprise.
Name is a surprise. So
A surprise.
For surprise, baby
What
Rail.
do you mean surprise rail? That's so cute.
Surprise
A
Rail.
surprise.
But never surprise someone with a rail. Just, keep it clean.
With a rail.
Consent matters,
Amen.
folks. So, anyway, so congratulations, and we will see you on the next episode of Mystical Everyday Heroes. Bye.
We're gonna take their stuff. That's all.
Ravage them.
That, I meant,
You have to go back and say that again. You can't say that. That was crazy. That was like getting hit in the face with a broomstick. What the fuck was that?
That's like
You're
getting
gonna
goosed
ravage their
with a
dead
javelin.
bodies.
I meant to say scavenge.
There we go. So we have to go back and you have to say that. Because
I want to keep it. I want to keep it so bad. Who is
Ravaging fruit.
That's a great band name.
I know.
What kind of stuff are you guys into over
With a
there?
title, but I couldn't because I never wanted it to be on a mic.
You do have the dirty mic.
No, you do.
I do, so I could say it, but I won't.
Dirty Mike.